Folks, buckle up, because your favorite conspiracy curing quack is about to lose his lab coat. Wait, what? Last week on Jesse Watters Primetime, former Pentagon AATIP director Luis Elizondo, the guy who literally ran the government's secret UFO investigation program, looked Jesse dead in the eye and dropped the most casual bombshell in modern history. He said, and I quote, "Our government is in possession of material, exotic material that is not ours and possibly originates from somewhere else." He wasn't whispering it in some dark alley. He said it on national television, under oath, back in November 2024. He already testified to Congress about this exact stuff. And now, with the second big tranche of UFO files dropping like hot potatoes under the Trump administration, Elizondo calls it a treasure trove, going all the way back to the 1940s. 1940s, people. That's not yesterday's weather balloon. That's Roswell era, we've been sitting on this longer than your grandma's fruitcake territory. And get this, Elizondo was the nuts and bolts guy. He handled the physical evidence. The biologics? That was other people's department. But he's on record confirming the government has non-human craft material right now. Not theory, not maybe. Possession. Jesse Watters' face? Priceless. Mine? Still stuck somewhere between "I told you so" and "pass the tinfoil." But wait, there's more. While Elizondo was talking hardware, filmmaker Dan Farah was on the same circuit dropping even bigger truth grenades. He interviewed senior intelligence officials who went on record. Dozens of crashed non-human craft recovered over the years, tech reverse engineered, and in some cases, non-human bodies. 4 different species, according to defense scientist Hal Puthoff in a recent roundtable. Greys, the classic little guys, tall whites, maybe some insectoids. The whole interstellar zoo is supposedly in Uncle Sam's deep freeze. And the Pentagon? They're finally coughing up files. Trump ordered the declassification push. Identify it, release it, no more games. The FBI is now leading the charge on UAP investigations, working directly with the White House. Second batch of documents just hit, and Elizondo says it's crystal clear. This isn't swamp gas. This is national security. And it's been national security since Truman was in office. So why the slow drip now? Why admit the exotic material exists after decades of weather balloons and balloons but make it Chinese? Because the lid is cracking, my friends. And when lids crack, things get messy. Which brings me to the part that's keeping me up at night. The scientists. Since 2022, at least 11 top researchers tied to nuclear, aerospace, advanced propulsion, and yes, UFO-related programs have either turned up dead or flat out vanished. Retired Air Force General William Neil McCaslin, commander of the Air Force Research Lab at Wright-Patterson, the same base rumored to house Hangar 18 and who knows what else, disappears in Albuquerque. Silver alert. Wife says he was fine. No trace. Monica Jacinto Reza, metallurgist and materials engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, vanishes while hiking in California. Metallurgy. Exotic materials. You seeing the pattern? An anti-gravity researcher in Alabama, a propulsion engineer whose daughter claims he cracked anti-gravity before he died. Los Alamos staff. Blue Origin contractors, SpaceX-adjacent engineers. One astrophysicist shot outside his own home. The White House launched a review. The FBI is spearheading it. Congress is holding hearings. Even Trump called it pretty serious stuff and wants answers yesterday. Now, the official line is coincidence, natural causes, random crime, nothing to see here. But come on. When you've got people with top secret clearances working on exactly the kind of tech Elizondo just admitted we recovered, and they start dropping like flies right as the files start coming out, that's not coincidence. That's a pattern with a capital P. Is somebody tying up loose ends? Are these scientists the ones who actually handled the exotic material and started asking too many questions? Or worse, did some of them see the biologics and decide the public deserved to know? The UFO community is screaming cover up. Tim Burchett and the usual suspects in Congress are linking it straight to UAP disclosure. And the fact that the FBI is treating it seriously instead of laughing it off tells you everything. Look, I'm Dr. Hogwash. I've spent years calling out the official hogwash on everything from chemtrails to big pharma. But this isn't tinfoil time anymore. This is the government finally admitting, on Fox News no less, that we have stuff that didn't come from Earth. And while they're admitting the material, 11 people who might have known the full story are either 6 feet under or off the grid. So here's the million-dollar question, America. If it's all just swamp gas and weather balloons, why are so many people connected to the real story suddenly missing or dead? Full disclosure, now. Because if the government's been sitting on non-human craft and bodies since the 1940s, the American people didn't just pay for the cover-up, we paid for the future. And that future just knocked on the door wearing a little gray suit. This is Dr. Hogwash, signing off. Stay skeptical, but keep your eyes on the skies. And remember, if they come for me next, tell my wife the dog gets the lab.